Hell yeah. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the George.Daniel Podcast. I'm your host, George.Daniel, and for today's episode, it is a Cinco de Mayo episode. So, fuck the French, we out here. Shout out to all the soldiers who fought in that war. Shout out Mexico, we out here. Let's go. Before we begin, I do want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Liquid Death. You can go ahead and go to www.liquiddeath.com or your local convenience store, Target, Walmart, 7-Eleven, whatever. And another cool thing with Liquid Death is you can be like me and mix that with, your favorite liqueur and, get a nice little cocktail going, something low on calories and all that. But Matt, how we doing?
Terramana.
Yeah, shout out to the biggest Mexican of them all.
Our newest sponsor. That'd be sick. But no, I'm chilling, man. Just hype, happy Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, happy Cinco de Mayo. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
So how was your 420?
It was cool. I was at the dispensary for the morning half of it. It was kind of cool. We had Anthony's freaking Zamota. He pulled up and he DJ'd.
Shout out Anthony.
So that was
Shout out to Journey.
Yeah, dude. It turns out that my boss is like his homie, and I had no idea when he came on the podcast at all, like that there was any of that connection. So
yeah, she
just told me that he was DJing. I was like, I know that dude. He was on my homie's podcast when I produced for it. So that was kind of sick. Just
that's crazy.
Talk to him
that's such a small world type thing,
I know. It's tripped me out. But yeah, otherwise, just after work, got super high with some coworkers and homies and fucking.
Dude, my dumbass took a 300 milligram edible.
Oh shit!
And I was just chilling at first, and then I wasn't.
Yeah, dude, that's like a lot for me, dude. I'm like a big dude. Like, that's intense.
It's the ones that you get at like the smoke shop though. So I was like, 300 milligrams is probably like maybe like 150. 150 is still a lot, don't get me wrong, but I mean, it's not like
nah, dude, sometimes they'll smack.
But dude, I was in my room just fucking staring at the ceiling. Arjun texted me, and then he screenshotted the tweet, and I'm like, I just ate 300 milligrams. Check in later. And like literally, he's like, what the fuck? And he's like, are you good? And I'm just like, I'm staring at the ceiling, listening to Dave, like,
oh nice,
like trying to watch the episode, but definitely could not see anything. Yeah, dude, it was insane. I went to the bathroom when I saw myself. And it was like, I finally saw what people tell me I look like, if that makes sense, when I'm high. They're all like, dude, your eyes are hella low. Like, you look hella, like, chinky,
hey, it's their words.
Yeah. And, like, yeah, it was just like, dude, like, I finally saw myself, and I'm like, oh, my God, I am Filipino. Like,
dude, yes. So I got to show up to every interview or every time I meet someone high as fuck, just so that they can just be like, yes, this guy just looks like this.
Yeah, this is who he is.
The low eyes all the time.
Yeah. At first, I thought you were Filipino.
A lot of people do, dude.
Yeah, I was like, okay. I was like, I just don't see any tribal tattoos on you. Yeah. I was just like waiting for that. But like,
I know. Then yeah, same thing Samoan, but I'm like too short to be Samoan, so it's like the next thing.
I mean, there's always one, just
there always is one, but
yeah. But yeah, fucking. Do you have like a favorite 420 story?
Yeah, one year we rolled like a freaking 16-gram blunt, or like this giant thing that we got. It was like the giant cones, the king cones, like
the raw ones.
Yeah, we rolled one of those and we threw like 16 grams in it. Dude, I remember just being so fucking high because then we just smoked that whole thing to the face, had some edibles, I think kept smoking. Yeah, that whole day just felt like a daydream, like a fucking crazy. But yeah, that was probably like the craziest we've ever gone on 420. We usually we smoke so heavy through the year that it's just like 420 just kind of like, fuck, what are we going to do? We just got to go a little bigger, I guess.
Yeah.
But
just waste a little extra more money.
Yeah. But no, nothing crazy.
Did you ever go to Hippie Hill?
No, I never went to Hippie Hill. I've seen hella videos. I wanted to go a couple years. And then now that it's all like legal, it just doesn't seem as dope.
Yeah. Hippie Hill pre-pandemic was sick.
It looked crazy.
Because like a year or two before the pandemic, it was like weed was legal. And this was maybe like the first year that it was legal, maybe like the second year or something like that. And like literally there was what felt and looked like 6,000 to like 8,000 people all at Hippie Hill. And then Cookies had like a stage, and like Be Real came out and like all this other shit, and it was just so fucking
So it was
sick.
kind of organized before too, or like
It was like that year. You know, because it used to just be like a drum circle.
Yeah, that's
like
what it felt. I remember hearing that people just all show up and then they just start playing music and everybody just be smoking.
My first, I think it was like my first or Hippie Hill. It was before weed was legal. So I was maybe like 17 or something like that. And then and then I turned 18 and it was legal, and then that's when they had like stages and you had to go through like a fence, and like they had everything gated off and like blah blah blah. But it still felt it felt new, you know, like it was like the whole environment was new. It was just like, we could smoke. Like, like, what do you like at this point? It was just like, what are you going to do? Yeah. So it was just like a different energy, everybody. You know, it was like, dude, it just like, it was crazy.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah. Like,
so now it's all gated off. Huh? It's like an event.
Now it's like an event. Yeah. Which is like, it's cool. And it's like, I get it, you know, but I saw a video from this year where someone was taking a video from their like apartment, and like on 420, like everyone usually lights up a joint, a blunt, whatever, you know, and then you just see the smoke, you know, like on 421, 422, you just see that like haze. But like this year's haze wasn't the same. No, you know, I
never thought about that. Right at 420, it's probably crazy.
Yeah, dude, it's New Year's, you know, instead of like you like reaching and like for like a shot, a hug, a kiss, or whatever, you know, you're like
light up.
Yeah, you light up, which is cool. But yeah, dude, 420 was such a like 420 ended up being like a Hallmark holiday.
Yeah.
You know, it was just like it's for like newbies, it's for the people who were like just want to go over the top, just to go over the top, you know?
Yeah.
Now
it's just like fuck, we just smoke so hard every day.
Yeah. 420, I mean, I would much rather 420 than freaking St. Patrick's Day for alcoholics, you know. Or Cinco de Mayo, sorry, you know, like, but I mean, cheers. But yeah, dude, like literally, I mean, Cinco de Mayo, dude, Cinco de Mayo is fucking kind of trash as like a Hispanic, like not gonna lie, like we don't do anything, we don't celebrate it. Everyone just knows that it's Mexican independence, and it's not. You know, and it's not. So like that's the most hilarious part. It's just like it's just when Puebla beat France. So that's just a little history. But it's not Mexican independence. It's not 4th of July. Although it's like very convenient and it's fun and it's very like salsa arriba. You know, like that's cool. But no, it's not. You know. But yeah. I'm trying to think of like my favorite like Cinco de Mayo like memory, and I think like the fucked up part is like the ones that I should remember, I always ended up blacking out. Yeah, you know. So it's just like the ones that are memorable I can't remember, and then the ones where I was younger, it was just very just like shit that we did in class, you know, or even when I was younger, like kindergarten to like 3rd grade, there would be like. At the daycare I went to, they would do something there, but it was just like, okay, you gave us fucking quesadillas.
Was it in Mountain View?
It was in Palo Alto technically, but yeah, it was called like PDCC. Shout out and RIP Dr. Shaw or Pastor Shaw. That fool was really cool. And fucking yeah, like my mom worked there, so like I went there since like I was 3. So like there was kids that I've like shout out Esteban Sanchez. He's one of the kids that I've known since like maybe like 1st grade, maybe even kindergarten, and like all the way through like now we still like even the most recently we threw an event out in Ocean Beach towards the end of the pandemic, and it was like, you know, he built the speakers that we use for that event and like all this other shit, and he was like the tech support And it was like really cool. It was just like a really cool thing that it was just like that I have someone who I've known since like we were like in diapers still, you know, kind of, you know, and it was like, oh shit, dude, like that's crazy. And then there's like other people that like there's this girl like Alex Malo who is like my first love. You know, and I will always tell her this. Like, I have zero chance now as a human being because I'm trash. But no, she is one of those few people where like she's still in my life, like periodically. Where like, you know, like we'll like check in on one another. Alex Malo from Phil's.
Oh shoot, yeah.
From Phil's.
That's so fucking funny, dude. I didn't realize that was the one you're talking about.
Yeah, I've known her since like first grade, like since I was in first grade. So since she was in first grade, and I was.
You guys knew each other that long.
Yeah, dude, she was like my first. I don't
know why I thought maybe you guys had met at Phil somehow, or like maybe I don't know. It's a trip. Fuck,
dude, it's crazy. She was my interpretation of what like a female should be. Yeah. It was really weird. I like you know how like gay like people have like their first realization that they're gay. Mm-hmm. Like do you have that first realization to like, oh, I like girls or like
not that I can remember.
Really? Because like mine was her. Mine was just like, oh shit. Like
I did have like a girlfriend in like in kindergarten.
Yeah.
Like that. So maybe it started a little early for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember I used to like go fucking. Like sneak away with her on recess and shit, and like just go chill behind the bushes and shit, and do just weird really kid shit. Anything. Yeah, we're not doing anything, but it's just like she was just like, it was weird. Dude, but I remember that from like kindergarten, first grade, shit like that. So like I don't know, but I grew up with like best friends who were gay too, so it was so just normalized for me too. So I was like, I don't know, I was just comfortable, I guess, that I knew what it was, but I don't have a moment.
But
that's cool. Is you have a moment that you can.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Like I remember, dude, like there's like I blocked out a lot of my like childhood and like just like experiences that maybe like in this very moment I don't think are relevant. So I just kind of like deleted them, you know?
No, 100%. That's like,
but like there's like moments where like I remember this is when Real World was a huge thing, right? And then there was Wes and there was Johanna. They were like a couple, and like literally like my sister, I remember vividly being in second grade, like I'm a child, you know, and like just like hearing my sister be like, oh my god, like your friend, she looks like Johanna, like she's so pretty, like blah blah blah. And I was like yeah, she is, you know, like all that shit, you know. And I was just like, all right, well, like you know, and like funny. It was just like I remember that so vividly. And then I remember like I just like really like kitty shit, you know, like just like when you okay. This brings me on to a really good topic that I know you haven't seen the episode yet, but it's in Dave. And like in one of the newer episodes, not to like spoil it, but like the premise
I might have seen it, but
the premise is of like revisiting your first love.
I think I saw it.
Yeah.
But I think when I watched that episode, I was hella distracted, so I kind of remember going in and out of it, so I didn't pay attention to it, but I do remember that episode,
but like all you really need to know is the premise where you're just like just going back and revisiting your first love. He's making a music video, and it like the girl that who he wrote this song about
like
shows up and so he's just like, well then just be part of the video. But like the crazy part in that was just like for me, I say this out loud like an idiot and just be like, oh, she was my first love and blah blah blah, blah, you know, like an idiot. But like in retrospect, she probably had zero idea of like how I felt, and probably didn't have any of these like actual feelings, and mine were just like dumb. Like she's not like the actual person that I love. Like
no, I know,
but like like it was just like it's just like that episode really like gave me a lot, or just brought that to life, I guess. Where it's just like you could be feeling something And it happens to everyone, right? When you start feeling someone and you just start falling for someone, you're just like, fuck, dude, well, I'm in it. I'm here, you know, like all this shit. And then, but you have like, you don't have the balls to say anything, you know, and you're just there stuck.
Yeah, it's just in that middle mode. Yeah. It happens to everybody.
But, you know, I'm saying
very rarely, you know,
yeah,
it's both people feel exactly the same. But, you know, that's life.
Yeah, but hit me up if you want to take me out for, you know, steak, dinner, or just go out for a cocktail. Because, yeah, your boy is lonely.
Oh, man.
Oh man, but dude, okay, well, also like on the topic of shows, I guess, and like being lonely, I binge watched this real corny ass TV show. I call
the name of it,
it's something the vampire.
Reginald,
there we go, Reginald the vampire. And we were talking about it earlier, and you were telling me that it's based off a novel,
or like a book series, or it's called
I guess it wouldn't be a novel, right?
Yeah, the fat vampire. That's why they always make in the series. He keeps mentioning like, you're a fat vampire. You can't be a fat vampire.
Yeah,
like, and they always bring it up like, how are you a vampire? You're fat.
Shit. Yeah,
but I was just like, but yeah, it's based off some show or book series, I guess, called The Fat Vampire. But it's got,
I guess 2 questions. Why do you think you can't be a fat vampire? And also, like, okay, so you watched it. Yeah. Do you think his special abilities is it because he's fat?
I think some of them probably are, but
you know, like he has a little extra oomph.
He does have extra oomph. You know? I think he's breaking barriers for them, but no, I don't understand why they can't be a fat vampire. I guess like eventually the fat vampire would lose weight.
Fat. That's what they call him, you know?
And he's not even fat.
Yeah, it's a show, dude.
God, he's freaking, what's his name from Spider-Man? His best friend?
Ned,
there you go. Yeah, he's fucking Ned. Ned the vampire and shit. But yeah, it's so funny because you were just like, I started watching this cheesy ass show, and I literally, the first thing that popped in my head was just like, fuck, I just started watching some cheesy ass show too. And then you're like, something the vampire. I'm like, no fucking way.
It's on Hulu.
Yeah, bro. Like, I'm like, we both started watching the same cheesy ass show.
Yeah. And it's like not bad.
No, it's not bad. It's just like, you can tell that it doesn't have a super high production value.
It's like wannabe.
It's almost Cobra Kai like.
It's like if Stranger Things had the Cobra Kai budget.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, but it's like it's still like a good. You know, Cobra Kai was a good series. You know,
it doesn't mean that it wasn't written well. It's just they didn't have the budget to go all crazy.
Yeah, it just sucks that like I feel like once again, to go back to episode 1, fucking Netflix is kind of trash. like it like literally like only because like I feel like now like because technology is so good and you can do it with like a limited amount of things. Now like everything feels like very like Hallmarky.
Yeah.
Like the way that it's shot, not the way that it's written necessarily. Because some shows that are like shot like not to like the standard that you think that with the writing is, you're like, oh shit, like you want to like I don't see it in like with big budget, you know, dollars.
At the same time, though, I feel like it kind of like if it's written well, it'll after like a couple episodes, I'll just forget about the low budget style because I'm like at that point I've already invested and I like the show, so I'm just like I'll just kind of dismiss it until something like big CGI pops up and it just looks terrible. And I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot it's this. We don't have a big budget this show. Yeah, no, but I thought it's cool. But yeah, did you hear about the whole Netflix thingy that they rolled out, the password sharing thing?
Did they finally?
Yeah, they did it in Canada, and then I guess hella people unsubscribe or cancel their subscriptions, and then within like a week, all the subscriptions came back plus hella more. And like now they're making the most money they've ever made over in Canada and all the other places. So now I guess they officially rolled it out in the US a couple days ago.
Well, I mean, like, so okay, business wise, I get it, right? Like, obviously, like, you need your dollars, you need to get it, like, or else, like, we're gonna keep bitching about these like low budget.
Exactly what I was about to say, because that's their whole thing. They're just like, if people want us to keep putting out these shows and these high production things, but they're sharing, there was like 17 million shared passwords They said something like that. So now it's like
$14.99 now,
exactly.
or like
so now I guess what you can do is you can add on another account for $6, so you don't have to pay the whole another $14. You can add it for $6. But still, it's just it's still kind of shady. But whatever, they got to make their money. If we want the shows, then we got to fucking pay for it, I guess.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
It's just crazy to me. I just wish, low key, we as consumers fucked up a little bit, because we had it pretty okay with cable.
Yeah.
Like literally, like you had every single channel, no matter if you had Comcast or Dish or cable or Dish or whatever. But like then all of a sudden these subscriptions came out and you're like, well, I can watch what I want right now when I want it. And it's like, bitch, that was on demand. Like, like
yeah, dude, it's literally turning right back to cable, dude.
We're paying
for all the different networks separately, and then eventually it's gonna fucking
and then we still have to pay
around.
the internet bill on the and it's just like, yeah, so we don't have like home or some people don't have cable now because it's just like it's obsolete. You know, if I can just get like YouTube Live, Peacock, and Netflix, for the most part, you're solid.
Yeah, cable's kind of. I still pay for that shit like a dumbass, but you know what it is? I pay for it because of the Sharks. I need to watch like fucking sports and shit like that. But now you can stream all that shit on other stuff now. So.
Yeah, you can also just
NBC
fucking pirate
sports
it.
And, like, my teams, yeah, that too. So I'm like, I should just save myself.
Yeah, and then like there was a what big show left Netflix? Oh, New Girl left Netflix also.
Oh, really?
Yeah, New Girl left, and then I was talking to this girl, and she was just like,
what's it on now? Because I remember
it's on Hulu and Peacock.
I did because I opened up Peacock and I saw it pop up, and they were like hella promoting it. I'm like, why are they promoting New Girl right now?
Yeah,
because it just moved over there. That makes sense,
dude. But that's so crazy, right? So like you're like what, like an 8-season show, right?
7 or 8 seasons.
Yeah, 7 or 8. So it's just like, dude, like you got. Not only do you as an actor, right, get the syndication dollars, but then next thing you got that I'm assuming like multi-million-dollar deal for Netflix to have the rights to get there. Yeah. And then now you got the rights on Hulu and Peacock. Like, dude, that one show.
Zoe Deschanel's just chilling,
dude. Like, you don't need to do anything.
Is she doing anything? I haven't
who gives a fuck? She's just riding around being beautiful and just being like, like I don't know why.
Quirky little self.
Like in my head, she is that quirky person. But honestly, I have no idea how she is in real life.
I feel like she's kind of like that. But like
I hope so.
I think she probably like makes it a little bit more apparent on screen. But no, she's like a whole like indie like artist. Like she does.
Is that
like
what she's doing?
Well, no, she has like a little band and she like that she did. She did touring and she did music and she has like a little group that she does and then she just sings kind of like exactly the kind of music you would think she would sing.
What?
Yeah, it's like this folky kind of indie type little music where she plays with just like a guitar and shit like that. So she actually does shit like that.
Like on some like Mumford and Sons shit?
Kind of like that, yeah. It's definitely got that vibe.
What?
So it's
Wait,
like,
what?
I know. I have to fucking...
Oh, dude, we're definitely getting flagged on this episode.
I can't remember which one kind
of... 500 Days of Summer.
Oh, yes, that one. Because they sing in that movie in like that one scene. And then that's the scene where I found out she actually sings and like has a little group and shit.
That's crazy.
But
so she's like the Joker. What's his name?
Joaquin?
No, Jared Leto.
Oh, Jared Leto. I'm like, does Joaquin Phoenix fucking have a...
Nah.
No, but yeah, Jared Leto, fucking 30 Seconds to Mars.
Yeah, 30 Seconds to Mars. That's fucking crazy.
I was tripped out. I didn't realize that was him.
Freak.
Yeah, I heard he's fucking wild. He's like a super method actor and shit.
Yeah.
So he just acts fucking weird and shit and hell like, gets deep in his roles.
I get it, but at the same time, like, I don't. Like,
yeah,
you're acting. So why do you have to live it? Right?
I get it for actors who are actually really good.
Yeah.
So like if like I see an actor who I forget who like on which fucking role I was recently hearing about, like method acted through most of it. But like that role and you see him in that role, you're just like, well fuck, dude, he is that role. But like fucking every role I've seen Jared Leto in, I'm like, yeah, it was cool and everything. I I don't think he needed to like fucking prank the whole cast on the set to act like the Joker
like,
and a
sending him,
prankster.
like, weird
like dead rats and like weird
Yeah.
animals and shit like that to like make your acting better because that shit was trash. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I may have a hater.
What should
But I do like Jared
What
Leto.
should I
though.
do as like a method podcaster then? Just fucking
Just all fucking day, just be interviewing someone.
Yeah. All right, guys, welcome to the next episode.
At work, your coworker's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" That'd be so funny.
Oh
You should
man,
do it, shit.
nah, yeah, fuck it. That would be fucking. That would no, hell no. I would go. The people. I would.
You would. They'd kill.
Someone would put me in a fucking box.
They'd be like, "Dude,
For
shut
sure.
the fuck up."
Yeah, no, fuck that. But also in light of fucking Cinco de Mayo, dude. Okay, I know you don't watch soccer, but Mexico recently played the U.S. And they tied. I think it was 1-1 at the end of it. It was 1-1 with a late goal by the U.S. And it was so fucking upsetting because it's been like maybe like 5-ish years where Mexico hasn't beat the U.S. Like just straight up beat them. Like we've either lost or we've tied against these fools, and it's just like, dude, what the fuck? And I know you don't understand it, but me as a brown guy who doesn't really even watch Mexicans, like the Mexican soccer league, but like fucking has been seeing what the U.S. has been doing with their players. Like if you look like in like the English Premier League right now, the Leeds United, they have 3 of the U.S. starters all on their team. So they're like playing together.
Yeah.
You know, like building chemistry and blah, blah, blah. And they're fairly young players. They're all like maybe like 22 or younger.
Okay.
And it's just like Mexico has maybe 4 or 3 players coming from Europe. And they're all on like different leagues, and some of them are on like lower tier teams.
Okay.
So it's just like
The chemistry's not 100% there yet.
well, there's that, and it's also just like the players who are playing together, they're playing in the Mexican league, which doesn't have a leg to stand on when competing against
the
European teams or league.
Dude, that always blew my mind, bro, when I first found out that the best soccer league in the world was the European.
Just any
Like
European,
the British and I didn't realize that. Like as a
Yeah.
kid growing up, I was just like, I guarantee Mexico has the best soccer. All my fucking homies that play soccer that are hella good are all Mexican. They've got to have it.
Yeah, I mean, the shout outs of living or growing up in San Jose.
I just had no idea that the whole world was obsessed with soccer, dude. Or well,
that
football. See, I'm fucking.
Yeah.
They're probably just like, rolling their eyes.
Isn't
Soccer.
that crazy though? Like it's so crazy. Like I really do like history, and like just like seeing how we grew up and we learned history. It's very Americanized history.
Yeah.
And then like now being older and like living in the Bay Area, you're like very fortunate to meet all these other people coming in from different countries and just seeing like what they think about certain things. And like their perspectives are so different because they're coming from their country's perspective.
Yeah.
So if you're Brazilian, the way that you view the end of World War II is a little bit different because you did get an increase in an influx in money and grants and science and blah, 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 and all this shit. But also like a bunch of other hugely negative things have impacted your country since then. So it's just like very interesting to see their perspective, especially someone who wasn't technically involved in the war at all. And like no one ever thinks about South America when it comes to like these giant wars. Outside of Argentina for housing Nazis or all of South America, I guess, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking crazy. It's so weird to me. South America is this fucking weird ass tangent, but South America to me, Argentina and Chile in particular, fucking freak me out because they're like at the edge of the world, but we don't like acknowledge that, if that makes sense. You know, they're 3 hours away from Antarctica.
Damn, that is kind of a trip.
Like 3 hours away from us is Sacramento.
Yeah, that is fucking far. I didn't realize that. It feels like it's further like to go overseas, and it kind of, I guess, maybe is a little bit, but it's just as far probably to go fucking all the way down there. Because I remember going down to fucking Cancun. It took like fucking 5 or 6 hours.
Yeah.
On an airplane. I didn't know that. I thought getting to Cancun would be like 3 hours tops.
Like on boat 3 hours from like the edge of Argentina to Antarctica.
What?
Like that's crazy.
That's
3 hours. The same way that like why like the Cuban Missile Crisis was such a huge deal was because Cuba is fucking 90 miles away from the Florida coast.
Yeah, that tripped me out too. Knowing that, I was like, well, I didn't realize Cuba was right there.
Right there, and like also just like if you look at maps, like everything looks like like the things that are giant, and the things that are tiny, they're just like, oh, it's just right there. But it's just like, oh no, that's what they fit on the map. You know, like that's how they fit it. And then like you can't really tell like distance and due to proportion and everything.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, dude, like people like will swim from fucking Cuba to to Florida, knowing that like
crazy.
There's fucking it's a shark infested fucking waters and all this shit, knowing that like the moment that 1 foot touches sand, it's game over. We out here, red, white, and blue. But it's Cinco de Mayo, so yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like what other what other countries like outside of Cuba get that acceptance of like, well, if you make it here, like congratulations, you're an American. Everyone else is like, nah, build a wall. Like
that's what I'm saying. It's like they got the true test of like, bruh, if they can swim all the way over here, we have to let them stay.
Just because we're connected to you doesn't mean that we're not allowed to be here, man. Like, hey, man. Like,
no, I'm not saying it's right.
No, yeah.
I'm just saying that's what it seems like.
It's also crazy. It's crazy, like especially with like what conspiracy time, like what like has happened in Central America with like these gangs forcing out like and forcing migrants to like try and search asylum in the US. And like it's these gangs that are getting guns funded by or that are guns from the US, you know, at least like 90% of guns in all of Central and or just Central and Mexico, or Mexico and Central America, excuse me. They're all from the US. Like there's only one singular place in Mexico that you can officially go ahead and buy a gun from Mexico, and that's from the Mexican army through their armory. And like there's one place. There's no gun shops. There's no like everything else is literally coming from the US.
Damn, dude,
it's crazy. It's crazy. And so like when people were like, I mean, yes, of course, bad people are going to find bad things to do bad things to help them fund their fucking whatever. I get that, you know, but also like if the biggest buyer of said drugs is like the US, and the biggest supplier of guns is the US, like that's crazy, right?
Definitely a problem.
That's insane.
No, and then they wonder why, bro. There's so many fucking shootings and mass shootings,
and they blame it on people who aren't even allowed to own these things. Yeah, you know, like we're not even like
they came here to get the guns.
Yeah, I mean, well, they're like probably like trading, you know, weed or coke or whatever for said things, but like still like that's crazy. And also you can be a fucking 18-year-old. Go to like Arkansas, go to a gun show, buy 18 handguns, just with your ID and just fucking here. I'll pay in bulk for, you know, these 12. I'll give you fucking, I don't know, like fucking $12,000.
Yeah.
You know, and just be like, all right, cool. Thank you. There you go. Boom, boom, boom. And then next thing you distribute that to some Mexicans for like fucking $2,000 each. You know, now you just fucking flip that and made $12,000.
It's good money.
You know, like that's what kids do. You know, like hey, I respect the hustle, but I hate the outcome of everything.
Yeah.
But that's what happens. It's crazy. It's crazy, dude. The world is nasty, dude.
Damn.
And then also, like, I was watching just to like kind of keep in the fucking nasty parts of the world. I was watching Flagrant, and they were talking about like sex tourism, right? And like how people will go to the Dominican Republic, will go to Colombia, would go to like all these Tijuana or go to like all these places, and then like it's somewhat, I guess it's legal over there. I guess. I mean, it's not like I mean, it happens, right?
Yeah.
And it's so cheap that like, you know, it's something that people do. But like you never like, I guess like their point was like you don't realize that that's a fucking 16-year-old, you know, or you do realize and you're just not just like
plain ignorant.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn.
And and like just because it is legal doesn't make it right, you know. Just because maybe the adult age is 16 in some country, like, dude,
fuck that.
You're still like,
as a child.
What's your passport say? What's your visa say? You know, like, you should follow those rules, right? I mean, dude. At the end of the day, you should just 18. I feel like is a good human for the world, you know, like 18 seems okay, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's still not the peak of like, I'm not peak, but like maturity wise, but they're not at it yet. But like, it's mature enough that you get the world and you can kind of make more decisions. But yeah, below that, or I don't know, man, it's just kind of creepy. And like, why?
Yeah, and it's also still crazy to me. Also, I'm poor, you know, so like. Outside of like maybe like an OnlyFans here, there, you know, like I can't spend fucking $300 plus on a hand job or a blow job. You know, like that shit just does not seem like
that. It was stressing me out. Like,
that return on investment is not like, and it's also like, dude, it'll be fast. Not just
let's just say she's gonna make quick money.
Like, dude, like it's definitely not $300 worth. You know, like I'd much rather pay $100 for an hour-long massage. Yeah, you know, definitely. And then
because at least you feel fucking good after.
You know?
You're just like, fuck, I feel amazing after.
Yeah,
and it lasts a little bit, but that is just like, fuck, I felt good for a couple seconds after, and then now it's like, fuck, I lost $300.
Yeah, and I still gotta fucking now I gotta use my shirt.
I gotta clean myself. Bitch, clean me. You ain't done.
That's hella funny. I paid for the deluxe. You got it. Dude, that's crazy. That's crazy.
But no, I know people who do that shit. Pretty on the regular.
Honestly, like I'm not like opposed to it. To be completely honest, like I'm not like and not to say that I'm out here like you know like who's someone who's like down to do it per se, but like you know one girl get your money right, you know, but and also like I would much rather dudes pay $400 or $500 to a girl for an hour than go and like just be pent up all fucking month, all week, all whatever, and then fucking shoot up a Walmart or some shit. You know, it's just like, nah, dude. Like, that should definitely be a thing. Yeah. Where like you like as a dude, like as a guy, I feel like right now it's a difficult time for sure for everyone out there. Okay, let me just try to president this up real quick. But I would feel safer if everyone's balls were drained, you know, like at least once a week, even if it's like if it's medical, you know, like
you know, less crazy it would be just walking around.
That's what I'm saying, you know, and
it would just be so much more peaceful.
Like yeah,
and
it
should be mandatory.
Like that would just definitely help. And this has nothing to like. There's no girls involved. You know, maybe if you want to pay extra, and if the girls are willing, then maybe we can work something out. But
the Japanese got machines now, bro.
That's what I'm saying, dude. They got vending machines. They got like all this shit, dude. Like it's crazy. Like New York used to have like those like booths.
Yeah.
You know, in Times Square, they used to have like nude booths where people would just jerk off. Millions, like not millions, but like
thousands. I'm assuming
thousands of people just jerking off in a room. Just fucking
clean that shit. That's the worst job ever, dude.
Dude.
Some poor guy. Or woman, I don't know.
Damn, do you think he just goes home and tells his wife that he works in sanitation?
Yeah, I mean, you can't admit that.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
I work in like human bio. Like what is it?
It's like biology and like biochemistry.
Yeah, it's like I don't know, man. Something smart.
I don't know what it is. I'm not fucking smart either.
Yeah. But no, dude, that would be insane. That would definitely be the dirtiest job. Fucking send what's his name, Mike Rowe over there.
Oh yeah, dude.
Dude, send it to the red light district
like
in
that.
Amsterdam.
Nice,
that would be
sure,
crazy.
Dude. That would be crazy. Yeah. Fuck
Being
that.
the maid at a brothel.
Damn, you can't pay someone enough.
Ew, dude. Did you?
It's got to be like
You're
something.
old enough. You probably watched the fucking what is it called? The Bunny House on HBO
The Bunny
or
House
Bunny Ranch or some shit like that.
Oh yeah. In like Vegas, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I was fucking like 11, 12 when that shit came on, and I was just like, there's a whole ass house with these beautiful ladies just running around. Fucking just.
That's a real place too, right?
Yeah.
In Vegas.
And I was just like, what the fuck, dude? And I'm just like 11, just fucking.
Yeah, dude. That's so trippy.
It was insane.
Now these fucking kids just got it so easy.
Dude, kids can just Google anything now. I mean, technically, I could have just Googled anything, but also, like, I was sharing a computer. It's not like this is like, I have a
That's what I'm
walking
saying.
computer on my like pocket. Anytime I just wanted to, like, get nasty, I can just
I'm old enough that fucking we had to like find a VHS or a magazine. Or,
Like, that's
pieces of a
crazy.
magazine. And then it would like get passed around at school kind of thing like that.
Not to get too personal, but what was the weirdest thing that you used?
What do you mean?
Like, to beat it.
Oh, probably like fucking like a catalog for like Macy's or some bullshit like that, you know?
Using the bra.
Like
I
like
definitely used
the
a Victoria's
bra line or
Secret-
some shit like that. That's
Victoria's
probably the
Secret for
weirdest
sure.
thing. Otherwise, like a porn mag or like a fucking old ass VHS.
I've honestly, maybe even till this, I've definitely seen like a Hustler, I guess, and like something like
Yeah.
that. And maybe it wasn't even Hustler. That's just like the generic.
No, see, yeah, dude, it was like a whole thing as kids. Like, you can get your hands on like your dad's or like your friend's dad's like porn collection. It was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck kind of thing.
That's crazy. Yeah,
But yeah, otherwise, then I remember the internet coming out and then like the dial up and then trying to like use the family computer without anybody knowing kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then it's just like slowly loading.
yeah, that's great. Yeah, I mean, I guess we got like a real computer in like maybe like 05, 06. So like the internet was kind of like already kind of popping. I think.
Yeah.
MySpace was hitting.
Yeah, MySpace
and then
was
like
hitting at that
come 2008, it was all Facebook, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I was in high school, 2005 was when I graduated. So that was when it was the peak of MySpace. And then after we graduated, it became like the old.
Yeah, I made a MySpace when I was in 5th grade. I had no business on MySpace being like fucking Raiders, Bay Area this, fucking hyphy this, like fucking doing all this fucking crazy shit, dude. Like fucking think I'm a gangster and shit. And it's like, dude, I am me. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like, dude, it was nasty.
That's just funny.
Yeah.
No, I was like, if you were to like find my old fucking MySpace or like my old Facebook even, actually, no, nothing on my Facebook. Actually, there's a little bit of rave shit on my Facebook.
My Facebook's disgusting. My Facebook's
Like-
my
My MySpace is all rave shit.
really?
It was just all like me because it was a peak of like fucking when we used to go to raves like in 07 to like 010 or whatever.
Oh, that makes sense.
So it was like
that era hella fun.
dumps of just photos of just like us just rolling our asses off. I'm like, why would we post that? Like,
Yeah.
people were just like, dude, you look so high in that photo. My eyes are just like rolled fucking halfway back. Just like the dumbest shit.
I have
dude.
some awesome photos of like our homie Kaylin. Shout out Kaylin. Shout out to you and your family. But like, dude, there's these photos of us going to Countdown. Fucking hilarious. And this is like this generic, just two guys in a hoodie with a fucking bandana covering our faces, thinking that we're like the city, the new city plur guys. Like we'll we might stick you up, but we're like
also peace, love, unity.
You know, like also like share your candy, you know, like it's fucking crazy. But like literally like he was getting like a glove show or light show or whatever, and just like him chewing his gum and his eyes just like, you know, just going crazy.
Yeah, dude. I remember gum was amazing when you're like fucking on one like that. Just every little thing, just like wow.
Yeah.
But then your jaw the next day, it's just like
shit
sore, bro. You're like, damn, I was just chewing nonstop for hours.
It was that era.
Drugs are wild.
Yeah, that era was insane.
Yeah, and just so many dirty pills.
Shout out to Philip Lime. Shout out to Teslas. You guys are a really good company, you know. But yeah, those are fucking schmackers.
Yeah. Dude. No, man.
Yeah, dude. Though that era was crazy. But no, yeah. Fucking. What else was I gonna say? Fuck, what were we talking about? We were talking about shows, I think.
Oh, we were talking about shows earlier, and then we were also talking about Jerry Springer and fucking whatever.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Going back to old school days, yeah.
Damn, yeah.
Rest in
dude,
peace.
honestly, yeah, R.I.P. Jerry Springer. I think he was like
78 or 79 or something like that.
So.
Something like that. Yeah, almost 80, I think.
Yeah. I mean, long beautiful life, you know, as far as, you know, I'm concerned, you know.
Yeah.
Like he left a fucking huge mark. He was like he was a pioneer of pioneers in his field, man, for sure.
So much of my childhood.
Literally, like honestly, like being a child of divorce and then seeing your single dad and then going home, like literally Jerry Springer reminds me of my single dad. Just being like, just put anything on, just don't bug me, you know, type shit, where it's just like, all right, well, like, okay. And then it's just like all you have on, like, he's like a single dude with like pretty much just like a couch in his living room, you know, just like the most guy fucking setup you can you can imagine. And I'm like, dude, you're such a dirtball. Fucking yeah, Jerry Springer, Malcolm in the Middle, and like SmackDown, like those shows, and I think in particular SmackDown like was like just like the shows that like brought me, like make me feel to this day like real poor, but also just like real, just like I don't even know like the word, but like amused by destruction.
Yeah.
You know, just dude, like literally just like being like watching Jerry Springer early in the day. It's fucking 12.
Yeah, dude.
You know,
it
there's
would
like
come on
there's
so
girls flashing,
early, dude.
You know, there's like nuns swearing, there's fucking trans people like waving their dicks and shit. I don't know what the fuck. It was just crazy times, dude. Like, dude, and this was also like mid 90s, like post 9/11 type shit. So like it was just off the rails, you know? And these are just people who signed up to go to this thing.
Yeah,
and
dude.
Maybe they're actors and like, yeah, sure, maybe they're actors, but also like just the fact that someone is willing to like be humiliated and is especially know that like I was telling you earlier, like the mob mentality of just being like, oh shit, there's a
whole
fight
crowd can like turn against me and just start booing me.
It's insane. And you could be a person in the crowd and you can just say the wrong thing and just be like, I have a question for, you know, the KKK leader. And like, it was like, I really agree with, and then all of a sudden you're the bad guy, you know? And it's just like, dude, it's fucking crazy.
Damn.
It's like such a like weird human like experiment, you know?
Yeah.
Like just like
one of like, I guess the first experiment was like the whole reality show type thingy.
Kinda, yeah.
Like before that kind of blew up with like the whole Real World and all that stuff, and then that became very theatric, and now reality TV is just like a big fucking.
It's just a soap opera.
Now.
Yeah, but it's just
so
like
is this life. Reality TV? But like,
it's
like I don't know.
Yeah, it's
but
crazy.
Yeah, this was like the original, very like version of that.
Yeah.
And then we got to see it go from just kind of like, okay, this is a wild show, to like, what the fuck? After like how many years it was running?
Because like after Jerry, then like things like The Real World and like Road Rules and and shows like that and like Big Brother and like Survivor started popping up.
Yeah, it's like we started to get interested in other people's lives.
Well, I think we started getting interested in like the basic person. You know what I mean? So shout out to you guys for subscribing, like, comment, and subscribe.
Exactly.
This is just another basic person trying to do super things. But yeah, dude, like it's crazy because it's the act of watching someone overcome something that like you can do makes you excited because you're like, oh, dude, I would do it like this. I would do it like that, and you can actually like all you have to do is submit a tape.
Yeah,
you know. Have you ever met someone who was on a reality show or anything like that? No. There's this girl named Daniela. She went to my high school. I'll pull up the show just to like kind of get real fucking information. But she's on a show that's on like this. It's like a love show. You know, it's like 3 girls taking on Paris and fucking eating baguettes and but yeah, it's kind of weird.
Wait, she's on it right now?
It's on Roku.
She's on it right now?
I mean, it's like on. It's on Roku. It's called Meet Me in Paris. You know,
Mimi in Paris?
Meet
Me in Paris.
Yeah. Meet MEET, not MEAT.
Yeah.
It's not one of those shows. But yeah, like, dude, it was just fucking insane. Like, that's such a weird, to me anyways, seems like such a weird experience. It's an experience I would love to do eventually, maybe, or something like that is like so overproduced where it's just like, hey, you're gonna talk to this person, you guys are gonna go on this date, you guys are gonna do this thing, like you guys can talk however you want to talk, but this is just generally where we want the story to be guided to. That seems fun.
It seems cool. I mean, I would totally, it's just like if you take it in as like, oh, this is just like a play or like a, you know, I'm just doing this scripted show, but I got to make it seem real kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like it's like a challenge in itself. I think it's cool for someone who just wants to be an actor. It's like a challenge. It's like, if you can do this, then fuck.
But because it's a reality show, like, are you allowed to be like, yeah, but I was acting, you know? Like,
so yeah, that's the thing too, though. Yeah.
And also, like,
I mean, I guess you just got to assume most people know that you're acting, but there's still just so many dumb people out there that take everything you said on camera seriously.
Because if you see someone like Theo Vaughn or like Christina Pazitsky,
dude, that shit trips me out.
You know, like they were on like Road Rules, I think, and then even I mean, sadly, like someone like Andrew Tate, right? He was on Big Brother, you know.
Tate was on Big Brother?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I thought I heard about that, but I didn't realize that's where he came from. And
like, not for nothing, even like people like a Kelly Clarkson, right? She was on American Idol. That's a form of reality, you know. Shit.
Hey, now she's like a talk show host and shit.
Yeah, now she got her own show. I think she's on The Voice.
Oh shit!
Or maybe was on The Voice.
Yeah. She does have her talk show too, though. But she's doing it, bro.
Yeah,
she killed it. She took full advantage of that American Idol shit.
It's that shit's.
She also probably got the most screwed over out of all of them, though, because she probably got the stupidest.
Did she win? She won.
She was the very first winner ever.
Oh shit!
That's what I'm saying. Like, I bet you her contract and how much money she made off everything.
Since you've been gone, girl. No, that's fucking Avril Lavigne. Is she?
Yeah, she said she.
Oh, okay. Hell yeah. See,
yeah,
fucking
dude.
Pop culture.
Yeah, because my best friend Joe, the one who passed away, dude. Every time that shit would come on, all him in the fucking gay club and shit like that, they'd all just lose their mind, bro.
Okay. That might be one of the greatest karaoke songs that you can like. If you're just like one of those like soft spoken persons, because the way that the
starts
song,
super low,
the way that
dude.
it starts, it's just like the little build up, and you're just like there, and then next you know, like it just comes,
and then you just gotta scream,
kill it, dude. Oh,
yeah, that song's epic. Actually, yeah, that's a good song. She has a couple huge hits that are gonna go down forever, and then her newest music, it's big with her fans and their community and stuff like that.
Kelly
which is a big
Clarkson,
community.
She reminds me of Drew Barrymore.
Yeah, she got that same kind of like goofy kind of.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here,
happy,
but
bubbly
like,
girl personality. Yeah, like just
you know,
also seems grateful and appreciative of.
Yeah, she's like, I'm happy to be here. I realize I'm a star, but also I realize that like I'm not supposed to be here. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I also didn't know until recent years that like Drew Barrymore, like her life is fucking crazy.
Yeah, dude, she went through it as a kid, bro.
Like child, like if you're
drugs and all crazy world of like actors and everything as a child.
Yeah, like
would
you're
go
at
out
like
and party,
Studio
dude.
54,
Yeah,
right?
I think she was like 13 or some shit.
Dude, just like
and her mom was with her and shit.
like
Yeah,
being
you'd,
told like, hey, you should wear this and
Yeah.
you should talk to this person and you should go to this room and like da 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 da. Like, dude, that is crazy. And then next thing you know, you're playing with ET. Like, dude, that is crazy. Like, insane.
Yeah,
Like,
dude. Her story's crazy. I forgot where I watched. It was some kind of documentary a long time ago I watched, but
favorite Drew Barrymore movie?
Fuck.
Mine would probably be 51st Dates.
I was about to say 51st Dates, but I think there's that one.
Charlie's Angels?
No. What's that one movie? Is it Josie Grossi?
I don't even know.
I forget what it is, but it's like a rom-com movie, but she's hella funny in that movie too, but I don't know, honestly. There's so many good ones. Fuck, I'm trying to think.
Yeah, shout out Drew Barrymore. She's like one of those like what girls would call unproblematic white girls, you know?
Yeah,
like,
I mean, she went through it so much as a kid that I think she's just kind of like...
She has like a hall pass. She's kind of like do whatever the fuck.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Well, I went through a lot too, so give me a hall pass too, okay? Like, I have a broken child, all right?
Right.
How old is she?
She is...
She's 5'4". Yo, Drew Barrymore, hit me up, dude.
She's 48.
Dude, hit me up. Like, that'd be so much fun.
Oh, see, The Wedding Singer, dog. That movie.
Oh, I forgot she was in there.
Never Been Kissed. That was the movie. It's like a rom-com movie where she plays like this like girl that's like not popular, and then I guess someone like I don't know. It's just a rom-com movie, typical movie. Yeah. But she like plays this nerdy ass girl in it, and they call her name's like Josie. They call her Josie Grossi.
Is that what they make fun of in fuck is it called? Not Another Teen Movie?
Probably, yeah. It's like one of those big.
She's a painter.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh,
yeah.
all right. See,
well, there's that, and then there's also because there's also the other movie they make fun of is that one movie where it is that hot chick, but they make her look nerdy, and she's also a painter, and then that one other dude, they bet him to like that he can't like date her and make her hot or whatever. Like that. Yeah, what the fuck is the name of that movie too?
I don't even know.
But no, so it's the same, almost the same exact fucking storyline as that Drew Barrymore movie.
Well,
or Drew Barrymore movie.
A movie that's kind of like that doesn't get
She's All That, maybe.
Maybe that sounds about right. You know,
I don't know.
But the black version of that one with Nick Cannon is the better version of that one, and I think it came out first. And like we can probably fucking figure it out once we figure out what the white version is first. But dude, no, straight up, like the Nick Cannon version was probably the best one because he's the nerdy one, and then he's like, "Hey, I'll pay you to just date me and I'll fix your car with a condom." He fixed her car with a condom.
With the condom?
Yeah. Well, I think like that was like the first initial, thing.
What?
I
know I've seen this movie. I can't fucking remember the name of it though. And the Nick Cannon movie that always comes to mind for me, of course, is fucking
Drumline.
Drumline.
Yeah, Drumline is honestly one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, dude, I don't give a fuck what people say about that
movie.
shit. Okay, so just Roll Bound, School Dance. I don't remember the School Dance.
Nah.
Oh, what the fuck? He was in all that? Nick Cannon?
Yeah, he was. Well, he's a like supporting cast member, but also he was the host.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, same within Kenan and Kel.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I forget what that movie was called, but
yeah.
But yeah, this guy was in a lot of movies for a second there.
But he was killing it, dude.
He was killing it. Now he's just making babies.
He's in Gold too?
I don't know. Like it says his fucking movies right here, and it says
he might
Gold.
be just like a producer or something.
Maybe. I don't know. That's a trip. This guy's been in everything.
Yeah.
Dude, like it seems like why does he want so many fucking kids, dude?
Dude, honestly,
I don't get that shit. I mean, I don't know, bro.
I don't have a kid, so I don't understand it, right?
Yeah.
But like, I also kind of understand the whole like Johnny Appleseed theory, you know, like you just gotta
Spread your seed.
spread your seed,
Yeah.
fucking Genghis Kong this bitch, you know, like fucking just have them all, just boop 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 boop.
That's like what biology is.
But isn't it crazy that the only thing that is stopping someone from doing that again is child support?
Yeah.
Like,
Bro, and that's what I'm saying. Like, he must pay so much in child support because there's like so many kids and so many different ladies, but he's so fucking rich.
I think he has like maybe like 8 or 9 different baby mamas and 12 kids going on 13, I think.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking crazy,
Dude.
Every one of those ladies are getting paid, and every one of those kids get money for. But he
Like,
probably is still chilling, dude. He's got his shows, he's got his networks, he's got his freaking.
Well, remember when he was trying to sue Viacom?
Viacom, yeah.
Viacom? Like, that's crazy. You're suing one of the biggest. You're suing Verizon.
Yeah.
Like, that's Verizon. That's Comcast. That's fucking whatever the fuck else they own, you know?
Yeah.
MTV, Paramount, like, just everything. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. And then he straight up lost. But, yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything much else, you know?
Yeah.
This is a fun one. You know, we're just celebrating here. Having like a little Cinco de Drinko. Anytime that I don't know what to say next, you guys have to take a shot. New game. Start your bingo cards. I'm probably I think that would be a fun game. I'm very twitchy and I'm very like, you know, I say, you know, a lot. So that's obviously going to be on the bingo card.
Oh yeah, we should definitely do something like
you know,
that.
something like that. It would be a fun drinking game. It would just be a fun.
I bet you I could come with some good ones because I edit you.
Yeah, just
so I know what you tend to do a little bit more and what things you tend to say a little more. So
yeah, it was like Christian meant. It's funny that I said mention, but Christian mentioned that I was just like, he's like, I want to make stickers of you. He's like, you mentioned earlier.
That's just fucking being a good ass interviewer,
Yeah,
dude. You fucking bring shit back around, dude.
I listen, I process, and then I am able to articulate another question.
See, like I can sometimes do that, but most of the time I process it and everything, and then it just gets buried, and then I forget, and I'm talking about something else. But then you like bring that shit back up, so that's a good quality, man.
I mean, yeah, it's also I run out of things to say, so I just ask you the same question in a remix format, and then
try to hope that you do something different or they do something different.
Yeah, my thing is just like balls back on your court, like it's like hot potato more so than anything.
It's been interesting to see like some of the guests totally like just take the ball and just run with it and be like, oh shit, they're good at this, and then some guests just be like very shy initially, and then takes them a second to kind of come out, and then it's been fun. A weird, honestly. I mean, okay, but just a 5-minute rant, dude. The last like week or so, like I've been like real, just like introspective and like real weird, and like literally this fucking podcast has been such a weird fucking Truman Show esque vibe where it's like every week I'm looking at my dumbass fucking face saying dumbass things that like literally the next day when it's posted I'm like, I regret half of that, you know, but the other half I fucking will stand on. And it's just like, dude, it's been so fucking weird. It's gonna be good.
And then also having fucking people come on the podcast and be like,
that shit.
Oh, well, like I remember you saying this in this podcast. And I'm like,
just
dude,
thinking about that shit, dude.
Don't use my own words against me.
At one point, he kind of geeked out and was like, "Yeah, bro, I watched every episode." He started like quoting things you were saying during certain episodes. I was like, "Bruh, is this what it's gonna like? This is the first one, and out of like the many that'll eventually end up coming up and start telling you about things you said." You're like,
yeah.
I don't even know you, dude.
Yeah. And also, once again, I apologize for my strong opinions, my strong words. I know I have strong opinions, and they're opinions, and they're usually wrong. But just fucking bear with me. Fucking you talk for an hour. Like you're gonna say some dumb shit.
Hard.
It's hard, and I'm like trying to be positive, but I'm depressed and sad. But I recently quit my job, so there's that. One of my jobs. So I have more time for myself to like fucking process and like be more. I'm gonna be more hands on with the clips and everything else.
Yeah,
that's another thing where I was like falling behind on, and like it felt like more like it started feeling like a chore. Which I don't want it to ever feel like. So hopefully with this extra time, like I'll be able to like really focus and like get better guests, or not better guests, but bigger guests, and like and be able to actually like articulate what they want out of it. And yeah, once again, like I'm allowing everyone their first interview, because we're not all going to get interviewed ever again, and that's reality. You know, like not
so many people have gone through their lives and have never experienced,
you know, so this is a really dope opportunity for everyone when they come on, because they're like, oh shit, there's cameras, there's a setup, there's someone on the boards, there's someone fucking doing all this, and that part's really cool, and it's really gratifying to see them like really like kind of like geek out and like kind of like believe in their own little dream. You know, like every time they come in, they're all like, oh shit.
And
like,
it holds them liable for their words too. That it's like, hey, remember you talked about like you're gonna start that company, or you're gonna start that label, or you're gonna start this. Like, let's go, come on, dude.
And it's cool. It's once again, like I said last podcast or 2 podcasts ago, it was just like it's to light a little bit of, you know, a little bit of fire under people's asses.
100%.
Because I feel like we all need it, especially after the pandemic. We all kind of, you know, are just finding that little, you know, our little role in what this is. And yeah, I just think that, you know, this is a way for people to be like, oh, maybe I'm not just a DJ. Maybe I am like more of a photographer, you know, maybe I actually am really good at that. Maybe I am really good at, you know, X, Y, and Z.
And even if it's just like you putting yourself out there, inspire someone else to be like, let me post those pictures I take, and let me open that Instagram and start showing people my photography, because it's just the way I express myself. Because freaking Danny does, and he's putting himself, and you know, like, and that's what it's really about. Dude. Yeah. Like, it's like, I want to bring everybody
Yeah, it's been weird
out of their shells.
It's been really weird because like, and I know I'm psychotic when I think like this, and I know it's like I know no one actually fucking listens to this, but in my head I'm like, well, there's like maybe one person who maybe feels like this, you know, where I'm just like, fuck, dude, like I'm actually super anxious like every time we drop, and just like oh, maybe like I'm gonna rub someone the wrong way, and now we
I get it,
or like blah blah blah, and like that's when like the spiraling starts to happen.
Yeah,
you know, and like I want you guys to know that I'm not just sitting here not thinking about these things. Like, yeah, sometimes I just say shit and like I regret it, but sometimes it comes from like a real place sometimes, you know, like
definitely. But sometimes we edit shit out too. There's stuff that we will sneakily take out that you guys won't even notice. And that's because after the first rough drafts gets posted, we decide maybe not that part.
Right. So it's just like, you know,
it's for the betterment of the pod.
We're trying. Yeah, we're trying. And also it's just like, dude, I don't know what I'm doing. We're fucking out here like, you know, just throwing shit, and it's like I don't want to be fucking salacious. Like I'm not one of those gotcha, you know. Like, I'm not gonna, you know, but also like
as much as I enjoy that content, you know, I can't do that.
Like I'm not gonna stoop. I'm not gonna level, I'm not gonna stoop that low. And also like I want it to be authentic, and I'm a little extra. I know I'm extra, you know, but that's really how I am. You can ask my coworkers.
I was gonna say from someone who knows you, it doesn't feel like it's extra. It's just like this is just who you are,
right? And so it's just like, yeah, sometimes I do say some shit, and like I filter myself more on this podcast than I do at work, and that's a problem. Like, that's not.
I totally get that. Yes.
Oh man. Yeah. Matt, what would you do if you were a female for 72 hours?
For 72 hours, dude? Fuck. God damn, bro. I'd probably fuck, man. I definitely would just have a lot. Yeah. Like I definitely would have a lot of fun. It wouldn't be anything like productive towards my life. It would just be a complete shit show for 30 or 73 days, basically. Just taking full advantage of never paying for alcohol and never paying for meals and just being a fucking slut.
Dude, literally. Yeah.
Just going to trips and just fucking.
I asked the coworkers this, and it was just like a bunch of guys, and like we were like, first thing, diddling yourselves, obviously, right? Like that's the first thing, right? Like,
That seemed obvious.
yeah. First things first, right? And then next
Gotta
thing,
explore.
yeah, and then it was just like, all right, then you gotta obviously take a shower, you gotta be presentable, right?
Yeah.
And then you immediately go to like the mall-ish area, like a mall or like a country club or like like somewhere where you can get something, right?
Yeah.
You just want someone to be like, oh, hey, let me get that for you. And just be like, oh,
That's what I'm saying,
you
bro.
know, me?
I've met so many girls that just take full advantage of that
as a
shit.
guy we can get that, like as a straight guy, is like the gay bar, you know? And that's the only place. Dude, females, if you guys fucking pulled out your cards every once in a while and bought us a drink, dude, that's the new love
That's
spell.
the fucking move
It used
right
to be
there.
like, oh, if you can cook
That's
and
the
clean.
shit that'll
Now
fucking-
it's like, oh, like she got her own, you know? Like,
exactly. That's the one where they come back.
yeah.
Sure.
But yeah, no, as a girl, if I was a girl for 72 hours, first day is setting up for day 4. So it would be me taking as much content video.
I was just about to say,
You know?
bro, that Onlyfans.
Yeah, just dude, I need a year's worth of content. Let's get this bag, dude.
Busiest 3 days ever, but like fucking just chilling after.
Yeah, dude.
With all
And then
those
coming
pictures,
back-
just dropping a few pictures every once in
Yeah.
a while. Cut video here and there.
Dude, watch out. Hey, have you seen my OnlyFans? No, you didn't. Like oh man.
Yeah, that was another thing I was thinking too. As soon as you said that shit, I was just like, "Fuck, it's only 3 days. How much OnlyFans can I
Oh
get
my
done?"
God,
but I didn't
dude.
think about it that way, where you just gotta store it up.
Dude,
and
just gotta
fucking-
store it, you know? Like, dude, just put it in the cloud and you're good,
That's what I'm
dude.
saying.
Edit it. Oh, okay, yeah.
That shit is funny, dude.
But yeah, dude. Oh, I don't even know. Yeah. Dude,
Fucking A.
that's fucking crazy.
That's a good
yeah.
question.
Fucking I wonder what girls would do if they were guys. Because they can't do the same thing. It wouldn't hit the same.
It wouldn't, and I guarantee the first thing they don't want to do is just pull out the fucking.
What are they gonna do?
Just like
Work on a car properly?
they're just like, yeah. Just sit in a body where their emotions are not going crazy. It's like it's fucking quiet in here. Just like fuck, dude. Yeah, we just pissed off a bunch of females right
but
there.
honestly, I would be like, oh, I want to get my nail. Like I would get my nails done. I would be like, all right, so
dude,
what's
yeah.
up with all this? Like, give me the fucking full,
The full 9, bro.
yeah,
Everything.
like, that would be fucking sick.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I want to fucking get taken in a private jet to fucking Paris and
Dude.
shit, and fucking get treated like
One of my coworkers said. He was like, let the boys hit, get pregnant, take plan B. I was like, dude.
What the If you get pregnant, bro, in 2 days, you're not pregnant anymore.
Dude, that
That
shit
shit's hella
is
funny, bro, dude.
crazy.
He's just like, I just want to experience it. He's like, for no reason, really, but just to be able to be like, hey.
That's honestly, that's equality right there.
No, that's what I'm saying. He's just like, I'll do it.
Dude, that's fucking crazy.
It's a real guy right there.
Oh, I would be in the craziest amount of DMs. Just seeing who would fly me out. You
Yeah,
know?
dude.
Just
Just making every guy is just like, are you fucking real? You're like, yeah, I'll send you a video right now.
dude.
Me saying your name and everything.
I mean, dude, I was watching this video where he was like, all right, $1 million. You got Shaq. He's like, I'm sucking it. He's like, yo, I didn't even finish
It's like,
the
I
question.
didn't finish the question, bro.
Like, bro.
Oh, dude,
Just
that's some
wristed.
fucking
Oh,
bodily
dude.
sounding shit.
That
right
shit's
there.
crazy. All right. Well, on that beautiful note, we love you guys. Just remember to like, comment,
Yes.
subscribe. It really helps out the channel in the long run. It really helps us out in the algorithm. It really helps us out just in spiritual, like knowing that you guys are seeing this.
Uplifting us.
Yeah, you know,
Keeps
just
us
to be
going.
yeah. But yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate you guys watching. And yeah, just follow me on George.Daniel __ Meraki, Bay Area. at Meraki Bay Area, and then you can follow all the SAC stuff with Lex and everything. They have like 6 events going on in the upcoming weeks, so stay tuned for all that. The live stream that San Germain was a part of dropped 2 weeks ago.
Oh, nice.
You guys can still see that.
Where do they post it?
Twitch.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it looked really sick. I just saw the stories. I was at the Midway when everything was going on, so sorry if I didn't catch it live. But yeah, you guys can catch everything, all your SAC information at MerakiSAC.events. And yeah, outside of that, happy Cinco de Mayo. Make sure you hug a brown guy. Don't make it weird, and don't call him a brown guy. So yeah, little pointers for Cinco de Mayo. Drink responsibly, drink with a friend, and yeah, we love you guys. Peace.